Hey, what's up? Welcome to another edition of This Brother Can't Fly. Fly! So before I jump into this episode, I want to give a very special 130th subscriber shout out to my newest subscriber, my brother, my survivor brother, Earl Cole. Brother Earl, listen brother, I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. You don't know how much of an inspiration you've been to me just as a brother, but definitely as, I call you my survivor big brother, because when you won your season Survivor Fiji, I saw you and I was definitely so proud of you, and it is definitely one of those things where I will always remember exactly where I was the day that you were announced the winner of your season of Survivor. So thank you, Brother Cole, for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get into this video. Now, I know what you're thinking, and a couple months ago, I would be thinking the same thing. It's time to go flying. But no, the METAR says no. And I'll get more into what that is, but I can't fly. Now, I know it's shocking. Look at this. This is gorgeous. The sun is out. There is not a cloud in the sky. And even though that's true, no clouds, perfect sun, it's cold. I mean, it's cold out this piece. But even though that has nothing to do with the reason why I can't fly, I had to look at the METAR, and I'll explain what that is. But one of the things that you can't see, it's not blowing now. And I just realized I'm gonna get a windsock, but you can't really see it. But what's happening is, even though it's not gusting windy down here, up in the higher elevations, it's very, very gusty. When you start talking about winds, gusty, winds 8 to 10 miles per hour, but gusting, here it comes. Hear that? Yeah. Woo, it's cold too. But anytime you start talking about winds that are gusting up to like 15 to 20 knots, that's a no-go. And especially given the fact that at Wings Field, it tends to gust across the runway. And so you talk about a small airplane and you get gusty winds, it grabs one of those wings and that could be a problem. But even though I didn't come out here even before I came out to see if I was gonna, be able to fly, I looked at the METAR and that told me that I probably wasn't gonna be able to fly because of the gusty wind. So I want to dig into that a little bit. No, it's boring, but these are the types of things that happen that, in this whole journey. You're on this journey with me, so you got to kind of go down and see this kind of stuff along with me. All right, so what the heck is a METAR? Let's get into that right now. Okay, so here's an example of a METAR. And if you see in here, there's like a bunch of codes and words and all that kind of stuff. So not going to worry about this line down here because those are remarks and I'm not going to get into that. But here's some basics. So this is like this KACY. This is actually the call letters, if you will, for the Atlantic City Airport. And then see this 19015 for Zulu. So that's basically just the time that this METAR came out in Zulu time. And I'm not going to get into all of that. But Zulu time is Greenwich Median Time. And dude, seriously, can you stop with the salamander? Okay, so this is what I really want you to pay some attention to. This 23005KT. In my enthusiasm to talk about a METAR, I forgot to explain what it is. METAR stands for Meteorological Terminal Aviation Routine, or Meteorological Aerodrome Report. All right, so that's what a METAR actually stands for. I really want you to pay attention to is this number here. because that is what has been the bane of my existence. So this 23005 KT. So this 2300 is actually the magnetic direction that the wind is coming from. So it's coming from basically compass 230. And this 05 is knots, like how much the wind is blowing. Now, what I've been seeing is, and then this 10 statute miles clear, basically only goes up to 10, but if you see 10, that means that's the visibility. But really, this is what's the most important. And then, unfortunately, what I had been seeing here next to this other KT was a G, and then another number. And I've seen G12 KT, G25 KT, and what that's basically was saying was the gusts were up to 12, 15 knots, sometimes 25, and that kind of thing. So unfortunately, with a gust like that, that's not something that I can fly in. Yes, there are other people who are perfectly fine. They have the capability to fly in gusty winds. Unfortunately, me only being 4 to 6 hours into my flight training, I just don't have the wherewithal to fly in those type of gusty winds. The other thing is, at certain parts and certain layers, as you get up in elevation, my CFI was worried that the gusts were even stronger than that. We've seen gusts up to 25, 30 knots, and that's just not something that I'm really capable of flying in, and he didn't feel comfortable that we should fly in it. It probably wouldn't be a good lesson because we'd be bouncing around. So unfortunately, I was willing to fly, but the METAR said, no go, bro. And that's just the way it's been. And it's been frustrating as all get out. But that's the whole name of the game. So I keep reminding myself, this is a marathon, not a sprint, and I gotta just keep going on until I get to my goal. So I know these videos aren't exciting, but this is part of the journey. I thank you for listening to the METAR talk. I thank you for listening to all these videos where I'm not flying. Trust me, I am frustrated as all heck. I wanna fly. But when I said that I was going to show this journey, I was going to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, I'm in this thing until I become a licensed pilot. God willing, unless he tells me that it's time for me to come home for heaven, and I definitely hope that he doesn't call me home anytime soon. But God willing, I am on this journey until you see me actually hold up before this camera my private pilot's license. And unfortunately, right now, there's a lot of obstacles. One of them, the major one, is weather. And guess what? I don't mind if I can't fly because my CFI wants to make a call to keep us safe. Again, not trying to go to heaven just yet. One day I am working to get there, but not right now, and not because I make some stupid decision and try to force my way to do something that I know that I can't handle. So this is part of the journey. I'm glad that you're on it with me. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, I would ask that you please subscribe to support the channel. I thank you for all the support that I've received thus far. So, Russ Kid signing out. I'm out. Peace. And hopefully next time I can fly. All right, see ya!